What's up, guys? It is Frankie here. It is week 17, the final week of the 2020 NFL season. It's time to make some predictions. 7-7 last week, my best week in a while, but we are here to end the year strong. We start with the game Dolphins and Bills. The Bills are 4.5-point favorites. Big games for both of these teams here. Buffalo looks to get the second seed in the AFC. They will do that if they win or if Pittsburgh loses. The Dolphins look to get into a playoff spot with either a win or a Baltimore loss, or a Cleveland loss, or an Indianapolis loss. Any one of those four things happen, Miami is in. I think that'll be that'll be a very tough thing to do. We'll get to that in just a minute. All those games, but in this instance, I think Buffalo will play their starters. I'm assuming that Buffalo is going to start their starters here. Of course, this goes out the window if they don't. But if they do, they are the second best team right now in the AFC. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, the whole Bills crew right now is rolling. And I just think that right now, and it doesn't matter if it's Tua or if it's Fitzpatrick. I think the Dolphins' offense is bad, so I think Buffalo will be able to take advantage of that on defense. And I think the Bills here will win by just enough to win this game and get the second spot in the AFC, which I don't know how much it means this year. I guess you get a weaker opponent. But second and third, I really don't know how much of a difference that is this year. But I think Buffalo will try and get that win. You can't even say it's home field advantage because there's no home field this year. But Bills. I think the Bills win pretty easily here. Give me the Bills minus 4.5 over Miami. The Ravens and the Bengals. The Ravens are 11.5-point favorites. Baltimore looks to lock up a playoff spot with either a win or a Cleveland loss or an Indianapolis loss. I think that will happen here. I think they win. Cincinnati, bad team. And I think Baltimore, you want to talk about an offense that is rolling. Look at Baltimore. They've been explosive here for the last month plus, I think. They've really just been on another level. The team is just looked super sharp. Lamar has looked like the Lamar of last year. And yeah, they continue that with a victory over the Giants. So I think the Ravens offense will continue in this game. A chance to get into the playoffs, and this was a Super Bowl contender at the beginning of the year, and they've not lived up to it, except here in the last month maybe. It's sometimes not about the best team that wins the Super Bowl, it's the hottest team. And the Ravens can certainly make a case for hottest team right now. And I say they continue their hot ways, and they beat Cincinnati down to go into the playoffs. Give me the Ravens minus 11.5. The Steelers and Browns. The Browns are 7.5-point favorites. Big games again for both of these teams. The Pittsburgh gets into the playoffs, or gets the second seed with a win and a Buffalo loss. Cleveland gets into the playoffs with either a win or a Tennessee loss, Baltimore win and Miami win, or an Indianapolis loss. Those are the three scenarios that have to happen here for Cleveland. And I say in this game it will happen. I think first of all, I think Pittsburgh's going to bench their starters. I can't guarantee that right now, but I think they will, judging from the reports that I'm getting. And I just think that must-win game for Cleveland. I think Baker steps up. I think the entire Browns offense steps up here. And again, if the Steelers are benching their guys, I think they'll take it. The Steelers won't have a chance there. The Steelers try to rest up for next week. So in the end here, I just think all that momentum, and there will be some fans in Cleveland, so I think that will lead the Browns here to a big win and lock them up to their first playoff spot in 18, 19 years or something like that. It's been such a long time coming for Cleveland here, and they're on the precipice of finally getting back into the postseason. I think that will happen here. Give me the Browns minus 7.5. Cowboys and Giants. The Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites. Big game again for both of these teams. NFC East title on the line. Dallas gets in with a win and a Washington loss. The Giants get in with a win and a Washington loss. So it's basically like I don't know how to put that. Yeah, whoever wins this game has to hope that Washington loses and then they're in. I'm probably going to regret this. I'm probably going to regret this pick. But I want the Giants to win. I'm rooting for the Giants to win. I'm hoping the Giants win. And I'm going to pick the Giants to win here against my better judgment. There's no reason for me to pick that. Well, okay, there's one. That's the Cowboys. And that the Cowboys tend to choke in big moments. There's no reason for me to think the Giants are not a good team right now. They're fumbling. Their offense does not look good. Daniel Jones has taken a step back here. But again, I need this. I need the Giants to win. I need them to win this game. So I'm gonna pick a win and hope I'm right. There's a chance though that I'll be dead wrong. Because Dallas is looking like the better team right now, especially on offense. But Dallas again doesn't know how to choke in big games. And the Giants, maybe they can pull something out here. Maybe their defense can really deliver against Andy Dalton. But for now, I'm gonna say the Giants win it. Hope I'm right. But this is not a game I would bet on. I would not bet on any team in the NFC East right now, especially the way they're playing. Give me the Giants plus 2.5 to upset the Cowboys. Falcons and Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 6.5-point favorites. Tampa looking to get the first wild card spot. I mean, this is a big game because Tampa Bay and the Rams are both fighting it out for who gets to take on the NFC East champion. And so that is a must-win game there. It's almost a bye. It's almost a first-round bye. The Bucs get the 5th seed with a win or a Rams loss. And I think that happens here. Atlanta's just winding down the clock on this season. Even though they played better against Kansas City. But Brady has really stepped it up here. As well, the entire Tampa Bay offense has really stepped it up. Their defense really shut down. It was Detroit, but they were shut down last week. I say that continues here. And, never count out Tom Brady in December, January, and February. Never, ever count him out. And I think that will happen here in this game. Again, trying to get that vaunted NFC East bye. Give me the Buccaneers here. -6.5. Packers and Bears. The Packers are 5.5-point favorites. Again, for both teams here, huge game as Green Bay looks to lock up the 1st seed with a win or a Seattle loss. And Chicago looks to just get into the playoffs with either a win or an Arizona loss. I don't think that's going to happen here for the Bears. Green Bay, again, looking for that 1 seed. I think they'll get it. Aaron Rodgers, I think, will lock up his 3rd MVP. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, it's just too much right now for the Packers. Again, especially after the way they just destroyed Tennessee, I think Green Bay gets in and they lock up the number 1 seed here. It'll just be too much. Just be too much for Chicago. Give me the Packers here -5.5. Jaguars and Colts. The Colts are 14-point favorites. Indianapolis trying to get into the playoffs by clinching the AFC South with either they can clinch the AFC South with a win and a Tennessee loss. They can clinch a playoff spot with a win and Tennessee loss. Or with a win and either a Tennessee, Baltimore, Cleveland, or Miami loss. So that is where they're at right now. I think that will happen here. I think they will win, and they're going to need some help to really get over the line. But I think they will win here. 14 points. Big number. Jacksonville, the worst team in the NFL right now. Again, that's a team that's looking like they're ready to clean house with Doug Marrone and everything and get ready for Trevor Lawrence. And Phillip Rivers just been playing well this year. The Colts offense has been doing just enough, it seems like, here this season. And so I say that continues here. Again, it's a bad opponent in Jacksonville. And they did just come off a awful loss to the Steelers. But I think that, in this instance, I think this is not the Steelers, this is the Jaguars, and I think Indianapolis beats them down pretty easily and pretty handily here. Give me the Colts -14 over Jacksonville. Cardinals and the Rams. The Rams are 1-point favorite. This is an interesting matchup here because Arizona can clinch a playoff spot with a win. The Rams clinch a playoff spot with either a win or a Chicago loss. So big game for both of these teams here. I am, and right now the weird thing, Jared Goff out with a thumb injury or thumb surgery. He'll be out for this game. And the Rams are a favorite. Am I missing something here? As of right now, the Rams are favorite. I imagine that in the next couple of days that's going to change. So for now, I'm going to take Arizona. I'm going to take the team with the starting quarterback, unless Kyler Murray isn't playing. I'm going to take Arizona here. I mean, now I guess there is uncertainty with his lower leg injury, so that'd be the one reason why you wouldn't be sure about Kyler Murray here. But Jared Goff is definitely not playing. Kyler Murray might play, so that's the difference here. So that's why I'm going to take Arizona here. I think if they announce that Murray's ready to play, I think he'll play. But I think the odds will definitely go in Arizona's favor. But yeah, a weird matchup here. We could be seeing 2 backups here for the Cardinals and the Rams game. But I'm going to take the Cardinals right now because I think there's a chance Murray will play. Give me the Cardinals +1 over the Rams. Seahawks and Niners. The Seahawks are 5.5-point favorites. Seattle looks to get the number 1 seed in the NFC with a win and a Green Bay loss and a New Orleans loss. They need all 3 of those things to happen. I think they will get at least their win. I don't think they will. They'll get a playoff spot. I think they will win here. Again, Russell Wilson has had a great season. I think that continues here. San Francisco did get a nice win over Arizona. I don't think that will happen here. And yeah, I just think Seattle will be in just too much control here in this game. And I think they will win by at least 7. Again, they know the situation they're in. They're going to try to get it, even though I don't think it's likely. I think they're going to try everything they can to get the number 1 seed here. A lot of these games are a lot of motivation. A lot of these games will be capitalized by teams like knowing they're in a must-win situation to either get that home field advantage or get that better seed or to get into the playoffs. So I think a lot of those, a lot of that motivation we'll see play here into these games. So yeah, for Seattle, I'm taking them. Give me the Seahawks -5.5 over San Francisco. Saints and the Panthers. The Saints are 6.5-point favorites. New Orleans can get the number 1 seed with a win, a Seattle win, and a Green Bay loss. I think they'll get their win here as well. Even though I'm not as confident about Drew Brees right now, there's a lot of problems with him, especially I feel like on offense. But Alvin Kamara is able to I feel like to make up for it. And Carolina, it's just again that's just a bad. They beat Washington, which whatever you want to celebrate that, okay. But you know, they for the most part have been bad this year. And I just think New Orleans right now, again, they know the situation they're in, and I think that they want to head into the playoffs with a nice little boost here. So I think they'll win this game pretty easily. And I do want to see how Brees looks, because Brees has to be great. If the Saints are gonna make it to the Super Bowl, I feel like they need Brees to really step up. He can't be doing what he's been doing the last couple of weeks. I know he's hurt, but they just need him to step up his game. We'll see if it happens, but I think in this game it doesn't matter because I think New Orleans will win. Give me the Saints -6.5. The Titans and the Texans. The Titans are 7.5-point favorites. Tennessee looking to lock up the AFC South with either a win or an Indianapolis loss, and they're looking to clinch a playoff spot with either a win or an Indianapolis loss or a Miami loss or a Baltimore loss. So I think they'll get that here. I think Tennessee wins it. So I think Tennessee will be in. It's been a weird year for Houston. just been bizarre with everything going on there. They've looked great at times, but other times they've just looked terrible. For the most part, they've been bad, especially at the beginning of the year. Big game here for Tennessee. Big chance to step up, to bounce back after a bad loss to the Packers. I think they will. I think Tannehill and Henry will have solid performances here, and they'll do enough here for Tennessee to get the win. I just can't imagine that they're gonna have that. That they're gonna play like that again. Or at least Henry. Tannehill maybe, but I can't imagine Henry playing like that again. I think Henry steps up, plays big, and gets ready for a big playoff push here. Just give me the Titans here -7.5. Again, with Henry leading the way to beat Houston and get into the playoffs. Give me Tennessee -7.5. And finally, the Sunday night game. The final game of the 2020 NFL regular season, Washington and Philadelphia. The Washington football team the Washington to be determined is a 1.5 favorite over Philly. Washington gets into the NFC East title with a win. They clinch the NFC East title with a win. Philadelphia completely out of it. It's been a bizarre week for Washington. Getting rid of Dwayne Haskins. And Alex Smith looks like he will start. Potential fairy tale ending here to a really weird, to what had been a really, no, weird is the wrong word, but a bizarre, crazy couple of years. There it is, the right word for Alex Smith. Considering that he almost died on the football field. What was it? 3 years ago? He almost died on the football field. His leg just. We thought he was going to lose a leg. He comes back, and now he's on the verge of leading Washington to an NFC East title. It's an incredible comeback for him. So I give him all the credit in the world. It would be a nice story to see him win it here, but again, I also really don't want them to win. And so I'm going to take the Giants. I'm going to roll with the Giants. I want the Giants to get this done, so I'm going to take the Eagles. And I think that Jalen Hurts puts together one last great performance here to really show that, yeah, you should start me over Carson Wentz next season. Also, it's again, I don't know how I feel about Washington in a big game. It's just been a weird year for Washington, so I think Jalen Hurts has more upside here, and I think that will carry over in this game. I take the Eagles. Again, I'm hoping that the Giants get this done, so that's why I'm taking the Eagles. Give me the Eagles here, +1.5, to knock out Washington and hopefully send the Giants to the NFC East title. Please. Please, it's been so long. It's been so long since the New York team has gotten into the playoffs. Please, Philadelphia, let it be for the Giants. Give me the Eagles, +1.5. So those are my picks for Week 17. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this every single week. I'll be back later tonight with a reaction to Heat Bucks. I'll also be back tomorrow with my part 1 to my NBA buzzer beaters, game winners, and clutch shots for this 2020-2021 season. So come back there for tomorrow and for Heat Bucks tonight. Thanks guys for watching. Take care. God bless.